All right. So today we're talking about credit cards. So if you're going to write credit on the next available page, please don't skip any pages. Write credit cards, today's date, AMDG. We do this for the greater glory of God. And TAS, number 40. So the big takeaway that I want you to have today is how a credit card works. So a credit card works, you go to GameStop, there's GameStop. You want to buy a $100 item. Well, if you don't have the $100, you can give them your credit card. But when you give them your credit card, you're not paying for that item. Capital One or whoever credit card company, they pay GameStop, which means you are now in debt to Capital One because you get the item from GameStop, but Capital One paid for it. So eventually you're going to have to pay them back. And if you don't pay them back at the right time, they're going to charge you interest plus some fees. What we're going to do today is estimate how much interest you might have to pay on different amounts. So number 2 of your homework is this. We know that interest is the principal, which is how much you owe, times the rate, which is whatever rate a Capital One or the credit card company decides they want you to pay, and the time. In other words, how long it takes you back. So in the first problem, there you have, at the end of the month, you owe $273.22. That's how many purchases, you bought food. That's how much purchases you made in that month. They're going to charge you 9.3% interest if you don't pay right away, and you wind up not paying for 3 months. Well, what is that going to wind up being? This is how you calculate it. First, we're going to estimate. So I know that 9.3%, I'm going to make 10%. And 10% is easy. I just divide by 10. So a number that's easily divisible by 10 and close to $273.22 is $270. So the first thing I want to do is figure out what is 10% of $270. Well, 270 divided by 10 is just $27. But now I have to pay that every month because I'm not paying it back for 3 months. So I then have to multiply 27 times 3. 3 times 7 is 21, carry the 2. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. So now I owe $81 extra dollars. What does that mean? Well, that means that I have to pay the $270 back, right? Because that's how much I bought, plus about $81 in interest. And when you add that up, carry the 1, you get $351. So I owe $351, even though I only got $273 worth of stuff because it took me too long to pay back. Let's look at another example. Number 3 is the same exact problem except a much higher interest rate. And sometimes you get higher interest rates if you don't have good credit. So similar problem, but this time I know 24.3% is close to 25%. And because I know when I have 25%, I divide by 4. I don't divide by 25, I divide by 4. Then I want to find a number that's easily divisible by 4 and close to 273. And I know 40, 80, 120, 160, 200, 240, 280. They're all divisible by 4. 280 is the one that's closest to this. So I'm going to choose 280. So the first thing I want to do is find out what is 25% of 280. Well, 280 divided by 4 is 70 because 28 divided by 4 is 7 with a 0. So I owe $70 in interest that first month. But again, I'm not going to pay it back for 3 months. So they're going to charge me $70 every month. So 70 times 3, 3 times 0, 3 times 7, 20, $210. So I owe an extra $210 to the credit card company. So in the end, if I'm buying about $281 of stuff, I'm going to owe almost double that just in interest to the credit card company. So you add that up, it's $491. So I owe $491 only on $273 worth of stuff because I didn't pay back quickly enough. So let's look at the next example. Number 4. So in this case, we have a much higher bill. Maybe other bills came in and you paid with your credit card, said, okay. So in this problem, you owe $1,523.47 at the end of the month. Your credit card charges you 8.7% per month, and you don't pay back for 7 months. So how does that work? Well, I know 8.7% is close to 10%, so I'm going to just change it to that. The 7, I'll keep 7. And this, I just have to find a number that's close and divisible by 10. I chose 1,500. So the first thing I have to do is find out what is 10% of 1,500. I divide by 10 and I get $150. But remember, I don't pay back for 7 months. So I owe $150 7 times. 7 times 0 is 0. 7 times 5 is 35. Carry the 3. 7 times 1 is 7. 8, 9, 10. $1,050. So I bought this much stuff, but I owe this much in interest. So how much do I owe? You add that together, you get $2,573 owed on just $1,523 worth of stuff. So credit cards are dangerous if you don't pay on time. You can't buy more than the money you have. Don't spend more than you earn. That's the key idea with financial literacy. So go ahead. You're going to keep working, and you'll go in your breakout rooms and see if you can work on the rest and get those right.